For the second time, Welcome with Dignity 815 invites community members to hear the stories of immigrants in the Rockford community.
The group works together to confront and correct what they call lies about immigration. Throughout the event, they addressed certain topics and invited immigrants in the Rockford community to share their story. They say it is important to hold an event like this one, especially before the election.
You have to also remember that there are the fearmongers. There are people trying to score political points by scapegoating immigrants. It's happening every single day, and it's not fair and it's not right, not to just the immigrant, but also to community members